Next story is going to be about Google. And we've been talking about Google quite a bit. We actually just recently talked about a potential head and shoulders. And now that I look at this, I probably want to tighten this up a little bit. A potential head and shoulders, it's a little bit more visible on the weekly, and we still need to fill out this right shoulder. So we'll see if that ends up happening here. But this is where our chart looks like on Google. It's been a massive, massive winner, easily one of the best in that theme. Let's take a look at the stock here. Is Google's stock bull run over? Well, Charles Moon is betting against Alphabet this March and expects a decline of about 4%. Despite a recent wave of analyst optimism and price target hikes for Alphabet, or Google, ticker GOOG and GOOGL, Charles Moon, a stock strategist at Prosper Trading Academy, is sounding a bearish alarm, suggesting the stock's historic run-up is hitting a wall of resistance. While institutions like Wells Fargo have recently upgraded Alphabet with targets as high as 387, Moon is taking a decidedly short-term contrarian approach. On Morning Trade Live by Schwab Network, Moon noted that the current market environment has shifted from its traditional buy-the-dip mentality. This is something that we've been talking about quite a bit. Quote, "I'm looking at Google as a fade right now," end quote. He goes on to say, emphasizing that the technical barriers are now more significant than the historical floors. In this environment, resistance is going to play a lot more prominent role than support will, end quote. Moon's bearish thesis centers on a technical reversion, with Alphabet trading at $311.69 as of Monday's close. He views the $320 level as a critical ceiling that the stock is unlikely to breach in the immediate future. If the stock fails to hold its current levels, Moon anticipates a slide towards the psychological floor of $300. That's a 3.75% drop from the current prices. And to capitalize on this expected fade, Moon highlights a specific short-dated option strategy. I'm looking at a short-dated option of March 2nd. I'm looking at the 315 puts. He suggests an entry point of 525 or lower for that contract, with the initial profit-taking target of about 50%. So for those of you that believe this, he's given you a trade idea right here. The strategist's caution isn't limited to Alphabet's charts alone. He cited a macro negative outlook on tech fueled by high capital expenditures and geopolitical uncertainty, two factors we have been talking about ad nauseum around here. The VIX remaining at 2101 and the markets reacting sharply to news out of Iran and tariff uncertainties, Moon believes the, quote, cloud hanging over the markets, end quote, favors the bears. And indeed, maybe that's what's keeping us from breaking out or breaking higher here. He warned that if Alphabet rolls over underneath 310 in the near term, they could start breaking down to 300, following the path of other tech giants that have recently seen their post-earnings gains erased. So let me know, is Google a short? Do you guys think Google is a short up here? I would like to wait for a little bit more confirmation. I mean, I think really as long as it holds the neckline, you're probably not out of the woods. Or as long as you hold the neckline, you're probably in all right shape. If this starts to fill out the right shoulder, though,